19, it's more than 8%.
In some parts of our city, in Brooklyn and Queens, we're having an extraordinary problem, something we haven't seen since the spring.
Handing out thousands of masks didn't work, so pending the governor's approval, the mayor is calling for a neighborhood rewind, closing non-essential businesses in 9 zip codes where the positive test rate has remained over 3% the last 7 days. It includes Borough Park, Gravesend Homecrest, Midwood, Bensonhurst Mapleton, Flatlands Midwood, Edgemere Far Rockaway, Garrettson Beach Homecrest Sheepshead Bay, Kew Gardens Hills, Pomanac, and Kew Gardens. After Governor Cuomo said Friday he would enforce part of a health law that allows him to fine the city $10,000 for failing to step up public compliance. The governor has not said if he'll approve de Blasio's rewind plan, but by phone Sunday, he said starting Monday, the state will do targeted enforcement on businesses and places of worship.
New enforcement across the board. A Catholic church, a mosque, a temple, all have the same state rules and guidelines.
The mayor's plan will also mean restaurants in those 9 zip codes will have to scrap outdoor dining and go back to only offering delivery and takeout. L&B Spumoni Gardens in Gravesend, whose outdoor tables were filled Sunday, would be affected.
It's going to be tough. We did everything that we could for, the precautions, 6 feet apart, plexiglass on the windows, cleaning once everybody gets up.
If approved by the governor, the restrictions will be in place for 2 to 4 weeks depending on their success. There's also 11 other zip codes where the mayor wants to limit high-risk activities like indoor dining and gyms. You can find those zip codes on our website, cbsnewyork.com. In Gravesend, Brooklyn, Lisa Rosner, CBS 2 News.
Kristallnacht, or the Night of Broken Glass, was the wave of violent anti-Jewish pogroms on November 9th and 10th of 1938. It took place throughout Germany, annexed Austria, and in areas of Czechoslovakia recently occupied by German troops. Kristallnacht owes its name to the shards of shattered glass from the windows of synagogues, homes, and Jewish-owned businesses that lined German streets in the wake of the pogrom. On November 7, 1938, Ernst von Rath, a German embassy official stationed in Paris, was assassinated by Herschel Grimspan, a 17-year-old Polish Jew living illegally in Paris. Grimspan revengefully shot the diplomat after witnessing the expulsion of not only his parents, but thousands of Jews of Polish citizenship living in the German Reich. Von Rath died on November 9, 1938. The same day, at a meeting of Nazi Party leadership, Propaganda Minister Joseph Goebbels, the chief instigator of the Kristallnacht pogroms, suggested that World Jewry had conspired to commit the assassination and ordered that any demonstration, while not organized by the Nazi Party, shall not be hampered. Newspapers reported otherwise. After Goebbels' speech, violence erupted in various parts of the Reich. Paramilitary, or SA, and Hitler Youth units throughout Germany and its annexed territories destroyed Jewish-owned homes and businesses. Jewish artifacts were confiscated, and many young, healthy Jewish men were arrested and filled local jails. The rioters destroyed 267 synagogues throughout Germany, Austria, and the Sudetenland. Many synagogues burned throughout the night in full view of public and of local firefighters who had received orders to intervene only to prevent flames from spreading to nearby buildings. SA and Hitler Youth members shattered shop windows of an estimated 7,500 Jewish-owned commercial establishments and looted their wares. Jewish cemeteries became a particular object of desecration in many regions. Mobs of SA men roamed the streets, attacking Jews in their houses and forcing Jews they encountered to perform acts of public humiliation. Kristallnacht claimed the lives of at least 91 Jews. As the pogrom spread, units of the SS and Gestapo, the secret state police, arrested up to 30,000 Jewish males and transferred most of them from local prisons to Dachau and Buchenwald, as well as other concentration camps. In the immediate aftermath of the pogrom, measures were introduced to eliminate Jews and perceived Jewish influence from the German economic sphere. The German government announced that the Jews were to blame for the pogrom, imposing a fine of $400 million on the German Jewish community. German education officials expelled Jewish children still attending German schools. The German government announced laws that enforced Aryanization policy, the transfer of Jewish-owned enterprises and property to the Aryan ownership. The events of Kristallnacht represented one of the most important turning points in Nazi anti-Semitic policy. The Nazi regime moved eventually towards policies of forced immigration and finally toward the realization of a Germany free of Jews by deportation of the Jewish population to the East. It is important to understand and remember these events. It is also important to honor those that lived and died during this destructive part of history. It's probably most critical that we teach the lessons so that it may never happen again.
That they might have known in the back of their heads that they might never see my brother and me again. I want people to understand that if they see injustice at the beginning, if we can do something the minute we see injustice, and not be bystanders, and not do like the people who lived on the third floor, and do like the people that were throwing the bricks and rocks through the window, and the policemen who went along with some of the rules that the Nazis had. If we stop this at the beginning, well, such horrors as the ghettos and the concentration camps would never happen.
I understand that there are people who disagree with this plan, but it's crucial that those who disagree still respect the fact that the state and city have made a decision for the health and safety of all.
On the eve of a sacred holiday, the celebration of Passover. After enjoying Seders with family and friends in Chicago and on the campaign trail, I'm proud that I've now brought this tradition into the White House. And I did so because I wanted my daughters to experience the Haggadah and the story at the center of Passover that makes this time of year so powerful. It's a story of centuries of slavery and years of wandering in the desert, a story of perseverance amidst persecution, and faith in God and the Torah. It's a story about finding freedom in your own land. And for the Jewish people, this story is central to who you've become. But it's also a story that holds within it the universal human experience, with all of its suffering, but also all of its salvation. It's a part of the three great religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, that trace their origins to Abraham and see Jerusalem as sacred.
I don't care if you're Orthodox, Jewish, Catholic, Christian, Muslim, I don't care what. It's not about religious observation.